everybody. Before we get started, we just want to announce that we are doing Two Kims Live in Chicago, baby. Chicagoland area. Please mark your calendars. November 16th at the Lincoln Lodge.
Thursday.
Dates and tickets will be announced soon, so put that in your calendars. And then the month after, December, we're going to be in LA, baby. So we're announcing all of that soon. And coming up in this week's episode, we really start diving into whether Peter is too thirsty for TikTok.
Unji gets into a toilet bowl.
And then we share a skincare secret that will leave your skin looking so choke. All right, guys, enjoy the episode. Hi, welcome back to Two Kims One Pod. I'm one of your hosts, Peter Kim.
I am your other host, Unji Kim.
And we are the last podcast left in the world. Congratulations, you found us. Unji, as we speak, the WGA has come to a tentative agreement. With the studios.
Yes.
I cannot believe it. 146 days of not writing. Honestly, felt great.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Oh, no. I don't have to do the hardest thing in my life. Oh, no. It's
Truly.
a little bittersweet for a procrastinator like me. But,
I literally, last night, I was like, oh, better get started on that pilot.
Yeah, no excuses now, right? So it's a little scary because we're like, oh, jump back to work. And I have a pilot that I've been sitting on the entire strike. I'm like secretly hoping that it lasts a little longer. But no, because financially, like I don't know if I told you or the audience this, but I had to take out a loan.
Shut up.
Yeah, a WGA loan. Because I'm not making money.
Wait, what's the interest rate on that?
0. So it's 0% interest as long as you start paying it back within 180 days of the end of the strike.
Okay.
So you have, what is that? What is 180 days? 6 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have 6 months to find a job and pay it back.
That's great.
Which is great.
Yeah.
It's great. And thank you to the WGA.
It's like borrowing money from a friend.
Even better, because you don't have to ruin the relationship. So they gave me a loan to pay rent and housing costs and stuff like that. And I'm so grateful for that because that really helps a lot. And,
Absolutely.
There's no income coming in.
Yeah.
0. Mm-hmm. Except for like the scraps we make doing stand-up. So it's been very hard. It's been very difficult.
That's crazy. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
When did you take this out?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
2 weeks ago, I took it out. I was going back and forth like, should I just like keep going until like I get down to 0? But that felt stupid.
No, that's crazy. Yeah.
That's psychotic. So I was like, you know what? I need a little buffer. And I'm hoping we get paid from our New York show because like
Eventually?
we still haven't gotten paid. Like this is the thing with fucking stand-up shows and like stand-up clubs is that they fuck around like this.
They do.
There's no union. So there's no one like putting their feet to the fire to fucking pay us. So we're still waiting for our New York show, which was August 4th.
Yeah, and then my show.
Too long ago.
And then the show after that. I mean, like, I already spent that money. I need it, sir.
Yes, she's in debt. All right, so pay her. She has
Please.
kids. Her kids are going to go hungry. But I'm very happy for the WGA strike. I'm hoping that the pattern of demands also lends itself to the SAG strike, and hopefully they could pattern their deal on ours, specifically around the issues of AI and residual payments. It hasn't been a industry worth working in for a while now, especially if you're not like Nicole Kidman, who clearly has to do AMC ads. So like something's broken. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, yes. There's so many people where I'm like, why do you need to do this? Like, why does Jennifer Aniston need the smart water money?
Smart water?
What's happening?
She doesn't. She has Friends money. Like what? And whatever movie money too. She did like a few movies.
A few.
Yeah.
A few.
But I bet those residuals, even Friends residuals, I bet are drying up. Because as they, like the way it used to work is, 1 second. Sorry, this is so stupid, but I got called back for a commercial.
Ooh.
And it's been so long that I have been doing commercials. I forgot to look at dates.
Oh.
And I'm flying out to San Antonio.
The day. Of the shoot?
Of the shoot.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go to the callback and ruin it, I guess. I don't know. It's like there's too many things going on. There's now that the strike is over and like it feels like things are picking up at a clip.
Yeah.
Like auditions are coming in for like SAG interim agreement stuff, and I'm like, there's too many things to do. I can't. It sounds like a stupid thing to complain about, but it is really. I'm overwhelmed all of a sudden. Like we were doing nothing, and all of a sudden everyone's like, now. It's like, what? I need to stretch. Let me warm up.
I mean,
I just told you I haven't been writing. Like I haven't been doing much.
That's the life. I mean, like those. I've been doing like a lot of commercial gigs. I keep being like, what? Huh?
Yeah, I know.
I have to put powder on and like. It's been rough.
I know.
Yeah.
It's been rough. But anyway, so I'm very excited for the union to get what we deserve and the simple things we're asking for. And it sounds like we have gotten everything we wanted on each deal. Like I'm sure there's been compromises made, but as far as like the deal points like AI and residuals and room sizes, et cetera, that stuff, it has been dealt with. So thank God.
The power of the union. I mean, surely the labor movement in America has like really, the Portillo's. Up. Yeah. I mean, the Portillo's by the highway, by the Olive Garden. Do you know what I'm talking about in Chicago? There's like a Portillo's. There's a big Portillo's by the highway. It's a Portillo's and there's an Olive Garden. Mm-hmm. And they've unionized.
Wow, good for them.
The Portillo's people were like, enough.
All 16 of them were like, let's rise up.
Dude, they were all outside of, I mean, it was, there was a picket line. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah. All work should be unionized.
Yeah.
We have why would we expect our corporate overlords to care about us? That's antithetical to capitalism. But anyway,
you can put mayonnaise in the cake. You can put some healthcare in their shake. Yeah. Like,
hello. Exactly. Yeah. I've never heard that term before in my life. What? That's such a like Midwesty hokey term. You could put mayonnaise in their cake, or you could put money in their shake. Did you just make that up, or is that like an ism?
I just made that up.
That sounded so Chicago. Like it sounded like such an Illinois thing.
Because Portillo's is famous for putting mayonnaise in their cake. That's why it's so moist.
Ah, I see. Okay.
That's why.
You know what? I love that. That's what a quick slogan. All right, folks. Right now, it's time for the highlights and lowlights of our week in a segment we call Rock Hard Tops and Soft Flaccid Bottoms. All right, my rock hard top. I'll start with top this week.
Oh, it's a rock hard. Yeah.
It is a rock hard top.
Okay.
Because during this strike, as you have already gleaned, I've been doing everything but writing.
Yes.
And that includes catching up on a show that is probably some of the worst writing on television.
Ooh.
And it's, you know it, I know it, we love it, we love to hate it, we hate watch it. It's called And Just Like That.
It's really the show that I watch. Like, it's embarrassing, but yeah,
it's
everything else
so
I watch on TikTok, I love it.
I don't know why I love it so much, because the writing is so bad. Every turn, every character's motivation is so ham-fisted that I'm like, this has to be the first draft of the script.
Like they're like, oh, let me edit. They're like, no.
No. Leave this like ham-fisted in reason why Miranda has to slip out of a sleep deprivation tank puss first, naked slithering out of a salt tank. Like, I never needed to see that. No one asked for it. This is solely the machinations of an evil gay. A gay that wants to watch women suffer. And his name is Michael Patrick King. Now, Michael Patrick King he is our king. He is the king of cringe. Like, the fact that this man, this like 69-year-old man or something, he's very old, white gay man, is writing the golden year situational comedy of 55 to 60-year-old white women in New York is so laughable. And the fact that they like cherry pick brown and color people to like surround the whiteness
absolutely
is
thank God. I know it's good, but it's so you might as well be a mannequin. Like, what is happening? Anyway, it's so bad, it's so good. Like, you can't, it's truly event watching where you're like, what's gonna happen next, bitch? Like, what is this gay man gonna make these 60-year-old geriatric women do? What else can he come up with? How embarrassing. Like, it's gotta be like they're just like in their trailers just waiting for the pages being like, what is this motherfucker about to make us do? Like, truly. Like, I love it.
Psycho. Yeah, and the fact that he's pushing white women to do it is beautiful.
It's beautiful. I love it.
So I've been catching up on it, and I know I'm late, and I've just been like mouth on the floor every episode, especially anything that has to do with Che Diaz. And okay, I'm not even going to say spoiler warning. Who cares? That moment in season 2 where she's doing cameos in bed, screaming, I was like, who wrote this? Who's doing that? None of this is grounded in reality. Who would do that?
It's in the middle. It's crazy because it's like both like people that are chronically online and also not rooted in reality. Like, it's like like it's someone that's only online and then also like trying to put them like, what if we put this thing that's only on TikTok into the lives
IRL.
Into the lives
to an Upper East Side apartment,
and also the reality of like women that would not use the internet.
Exactly.
Like, it's
they're not even on Wi-Fi. They have like DSLs. You know what I mean? Like, these are old people. Anyway,
it's very much like, what if a Gen Z wrote what they think old people would not like? It's so like, it's opposite.
It's just so out of touch.
Yes.
It's so out of touch, and it's like a facsimile of like what this 70-year-old white gay man thinks woke culture is, right? Anyway, so I'm loving it.
But also there are terrific writers on the show. Like, there are people that are right.
But the showrunner writes the show.
Yeah.
You could pitch all you want, but the showrunner doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. And this is a guy who's been running Sex and the City for years. He was showrunning. He made the incredible. This is actually the opposite of And Just Like That. It's comedy at its peak, American cringe at its peak. The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow.
Incredible.
I mean,
incredible.
Could not be two more different.
I mean, it's so bad.
Shows.
There was a point during season 2 where I was like, he must know. Like, this is camp cringe. Like, it's so.
Who must know? Michael Patrick King?
Yes,
are you talking about The Comeback or And Just Like That?
And Just Like That. He must know.
He doesn't. And here's why. Let me tell you why. Yes. Let me tell you why. Because I ended up doing a show with Michael Patrick King the other night.
A show?
On Saturday. Yeah, we were booked on the same show.
He was doing comedy?
Why is Mike...
Stand-up comedy?
Let me tell you what he was doing. It was a show called Uncabaret.
Okay.
Right? It was... I'm not sure what the theme of the show was. It's been running for 30 years, though. It's been written up by, like, Vanity Fair. Like, it's like... It was a packed room.
Cool.
At El Cid, like a big theater.
Yeah.
And it was me, Michael Patrick King, and this this actress / singer Lauren Wiedman. She was incredible. But Michael Patrick King gets there and he goes up first, right? And it's kind of like it's not a stand-up show. It's like more long-formy storyteller type of show, right? Comedy forward, but not like set up punch. Okay. And Michael Patrick King goes up there and everybody knows him, obviously, and he's done the show many times. Yes. He's like a regular, you know? So he's like a house favorite. He goes up there and he's like, oh, it's almost like spooky season, so I'm going to regale you with a terrifying tale. And we're all like, ooh, yes, you know? And then he starts going into how he just came back from a 10-day vacation with his entire family of 18 people. And he thought it was going to be so gorgeous and fabulous. And it turns out it was a Princess Cruise Line, which I don't know what that is. No. But he went on to describe how subpar it was and how he went to Alaska and went to the glaciers. And he was like, anyone been to the glaciers? And like one person was like, I have. And he's like, yeah, like not great, right? And we're all like, what? He's like,
this is giving Let Them Eat Cake. This is giving Let Them Eat Cake.
Honey, I mean, he was, the terror he faced was
bad customer service.
How bad this cruise was compared to the Norwegian cruise he's been on before, because that's higher class cruising. And this is verbatim, he said this, which I found, and this explains And Just Like That. Here, I'll wrap it all up. He goes, the Princess Cruise Line PR found that I was on the ship. So they came and they were like, oh, we have all these like excursions that we could book for you, blah, blah. And he was looking at them and inside he's thinking, oh, this Princess Cruise Line PR is really working hard to try to get me to put them on And Just Like That season 3, right? He's like, they're really working hard to push the brand to me.
Okay.
And he's like, and he's going, he's like, oh, and I was just like smiling at her inside thinking, I would never put Carrie, Miranda, Charlotte, and Samantha on a Princess Cruise Line. You've got to be kidding me, honey. And it was such a like out of touch zillionaire thing. And this is also what he said. He's like, when it comes to cruises, it's Carnival Cruise Lines, Princess, Norwegian. And you know what I'm talking about. The best of the best are those little small cruises off the islands of the Grecian islands. You guys know what I'm talking about? Who knows what I'm talking about? And the audience is just like, cricket, 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 cricket.
You know how when you charter a private jet and it's just...
And there's only one bathroom? We're all doing our part. So it really showed me, oh, you are out of touch. You are so out of touch, and you're running your room with an iron fist, I'm sure, that none of your like woke, cool, whatever writers that you collected are not really able to like push through to the episodes. And you can see that on the show. You're like, oh, they let this rich old gay just write whatever he wants and borderline abuse these old white women.
It's like he's using them like in a, you know, when you like fuck up a Barbie, like when you're playing
exactly.
with them.
They're like playing with them. It's so crazy.
He's having them out here with like all fucked up hair. Yeah.
Yeah. So after my set, he comes up to me. He was like, what a funny story. That was amazing, blah, blah. And then we start talking. And I go to him, I go, hey, I know I'm really late, but I just caught up on And Just Like That. And this morning I watched Miranda fully pussy first fall out of a deprivation tank. And I can't forgive you for that. I will never, ever forgive you for that.
Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
He laughed. He was like, isn't she amazing? She's game. She's so down for anything. And I was like, was any of the stuff she did her idea? And he goes, no, of course not. And I was like, okay.
Touche, sir. Touche.
So that was really nice to like meet the creator and pretty much the voice of a show that I've been binging.
Yeah.
And being like angry at,
Yeah.
Like kind of like fake angry at, and then to watch him tell this terrifying tale of being stuck in a Princess Cruise Line in Alaska and the glacier not being as magnificent as it could have been.
Was this majestic? No.
No. And just like that, I was on a Princess Cruise Line. Wishing I was off the Grecian islands in a smaller boat. Anyway, that was my top. More exclusive. Yeah, richer.
Oh my
it's just
God.
So out of touch. And he talked about like, and I can't talk about this show, and I can't talk about this movie because we are on strike. And I'm like, bro, yuck.
Sir.
Stop it. You're not the only one affected, bitch. Stop.
Sir.
Ma'am. So my bottom this week, I'll keep it real quick, is related to what I was talking about. I'll literally do anything but write. And that includes now going out to West Hollywood and doing man on the street interviews.
I've seen them. They're really funny, Peter.
In a segment called Are You Daddy? And listen, I look ridiculous. I have like a top knot and like I'm wearing short shorts and like cut off mesh. Like I look idiotic.
And an interesting,
purpose.
I love those sunglasses.
And those little sunglasses. Yeah. And I've been doing it because I'm going crazy. I have nothing else to do. So I'm like, whatever. I have nothing to lose. And I just heard over the weekend that one of Benda's friend, one of our friends of a friend, saw the video and like stopped Benda and was like, "What's Peter doing?"
Wait, what do you mean? Like, how was the tone?
Like, is he okay?
Like, it was a concern? It was a concern?
I mean, I'd be concerned too. The thirst level is through the roof. And the mic that I was using on the Man on Street didn't even work. So, like, the sound is bad. Like, it's just not great. And I'm really happy the strike's over. So I don't have to keep disappointing friends of friends.
That is like, to be concerned is like the ultimate. It's like such a deep read. It's
not even a exactly.
It is such a deep read. Like the concern of an acquaintance,
of a peer,
of
a cohort.
What's going on?
You know what I mean? Like, it's not a friend, okay? So they're not trying to be shady. You know what I mean? They're like earnest. Like,
is he okay?
What's he doing?
Yeah. That is so deeply humbling. Like,
I know. I really was like, I was about to post a third video of that today, but I was like, the strike's been called off. Maybe I chill for a second. Anyway, so those are my tops and bottoms.
Okay.
What'd you get into?
My top was I had a really great, I had a photo shoot yesterday that I've been planning for a long time. It's with a photographer I've admired for a while. And so I didn't prepare for it in any sort of way that I should have, considering that like I was spending money on this thing. I had booked it months and months in advance, literally no prep. And
can I just ask is this for like new headshots or is it for like
new headshots, like content? You know what I mean? Got to post.
Okay.
Never not posting. I mean, are you daddy? You know what I mean? Like, who's a daddy? You know, content is daddy.
Content is daddy. Yes.
Content is daddy. So like, I, need to do this, and like for show posters, you know the fucking drill. And so I had booked it, and I go, and I had not prepared in any sort of way. I just arrived with a whole bunch of looks, did not prepare. And
what do you mean prepare? Like stretch?
Yes, stretch, makeup, hair, plan out looks. Like
I'm
arriving
didn't have
raw.
Makeup done?
I had makeup done, but I just like didn't have like a look. I didn't have anything prepared.
Anything styled.
I was just like showing up with a bunch of clothes and no like vision. You know what I mean? Like sort of creative directing this thing. And instead, it turned out to be a really great collaborative thing. Like we discovered some stuff together, and because of when you like kind of do something outside of your lane and wind up doing something collaborative, that you discover stuff, and that even when you are on set, like sometimes when you discover something together, like as creatives, like collaborating, it can feel really good. And that's what it felt like. It felt like we were collaborating, we were discovering stuff together, and it felt really exciting to do it in something that I typically wouldn't do it in. It wasn't comedy. It was just like a purely visual thing. And I've never worked with a photographer or anything where I've done that. Remember when you did your headshots and you did that shoot? Like it felt good, right? I've never really liked any pictures of myself. I've never liked,
Same.
Yeah. So
it felt I'm the exact same way.
So it felt exciting to do something where it felt like I felt confident. I felt good. It was interesting. It was, I'm excited for the photos to come out. Like I've never felt that way.
Cool. And, I can't wait to see them.
Yeah, we'll see.
What, was there a theme or like a color scheme or?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
There was not. I'm telling you, it wasn't prepared. And then we wound up in this room, and it looks so cool. Now, I like inside of the little like viewfinder thing. I was like, this is gonna be cool. Like this, I will use these.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I can't wait to see those.
So like that felt good. And my bottom is. So I got another Uber warning. Like
another one.
So you know about my first one, right? I got an.
No, you never told me about the first one.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've never heard about the first one.
Right after the first vaccine, went out.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that time. It was fancy free, footloose and fancy free. People were out.
Sure.
It was
None
wild.
of us knew what the rules were, what we were doing.
And and it was a dance party outside in a community garden, and you know what I mean? It was just like whatever.
We were just trying things.
Yes. And I guess I was talking to our mutual friend Jack, and she was like, you arrived wasted. Like I remember spilling a full mason jar filled with tequila and a thing, and I still arrived drunk. I don't remember what happened, but I go there.
Sure.
I turn up, great time. In the middle of a pandemic, share a huge margarita with 9 other girls. Where like it's one big cup and 9 straws. Crazy decisions. I get in an Uber. Yeah.
Gross. What the fuck? Everyone's like, we got one vaccine. We're doing it. You didn't even get the second part of the vaccine yet. You got the first shot.
No, we were all completely vaxxed. This is,
okay.
And so I wake up in bed to an email. I don't remember. I mean, I just wake up in bed to an email from Uber saying, detailing the appropriate detailing what is not appropriate in a conversation. I got this from Uber. I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to let the viewing and listening audience know. So the 3 things that you're not allowed to talk about with an Uber driver is
let me just see, before you get into it, I just want to, after each point, I want to determine if this was common sense or not. Let's go.
Physical appearance.
What? Don't talk about their physical appearance?
Do not talk about their physical appearance.
Okay, that seems normal.
I talk about it all the time. 2.
Complimentary
yes,
or
that's
otherwise?
What I mean. That's all it is. It's like complimenting someone's appearance. Of course, that's about remarking on their physical appearance. Second,
right. But that could border harassment.
Tomato,
you know what I mean?
baby.
Like if
Tomato,
you were a
tomato.
guy, if you were a boy and she was a girl, and he's like, "Hey, mommy."
This was a woman.
You looking hot? You know what I mean?
This was a white lady named Evelyn.
Sure. Okay. Moving on.
Remarks on their personal appearance. Secondly,
what did you say to her, this white lady?
Okay. Second, overly personal questions. Third, trying to contact them after the ride. Yes, in context.
All three things should not be done.
Okay, all three.
No.
Yes, absolutely.
Common sense.
But also, if you put it in context, it is how you make friends. That is how you compliment them. You say, "Girl, you look incredible." Overly personal questions like,
"Where are you from?
Where are you from?" And trying to contact. Give me your Instagram handle. That's how you make friends. I've been doing it for decades.
That's how you make friends.
I've been doing it for
100%.
decades inside of women's bathrooms. Killing. Okay? Never
Right.
had a complaint. I've saved lives. And I would say I do not remember the nature of the conversation because I was blackout. Now
Oh no.
But
no.
Peter, there is the only way. Whatever. So I email Uber, ask them what happened because I don't remember, and they said we can't reveal it. I have spent years at this point trying to unearth what I could have said. I can't imagine any. So,
do you remember what she looks like? Did they give you the profile of her?
I can see her
the
fucking
page?
picture.
You could see her? Okay. So what do you think you would have said? Let's pretend you're back in that Uber, you're not in a blackout. I pick you up. I go, "Hi.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Unji Kim?
We got turned up. You got vaxxed? Maybe that's what it was.
No. Oh, you asked about.
Vax
she was an
status.
anti-vaxxer. That's what it was immediately. And then she probably said no. Okay, let me go into it.
Okay.
Like, no, I don't believe in that shit, man. They put chips in the fucking vaccine. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Red pill, blue pill is like do you have a boyfriend or something? Who told you this?
What?
Who told you this? Where'd you learn this?
That's none of your business. I learned it from Reddit.
Okay.
And
just Reddit? Like
no,
nobody's telling you to
boyfriend.
do this? You don't have a boyfriend? Why don't you have a boyfriend? Okay, I'm seeing it now.
There's another one. See? There you go. Why don't you have a boyfriend? No one's ever said that to me before because everyone's always said, "Why don't you have a girlfriend?" You know what I mean? Like growing up, like, "Why don't you have a girlfriend? Why don't you have a girlfriend?"
I would not have said
triggering.
that. And I would not have
so
said. I would not have said. Dude, I absolutely would not because I remember me during this time, and it is coming back to me. I would not have said, "Do you have a boyfriend?" I would have said, "Do you have a partner?" I would have said boyfriend and then recorded it or girlfriend or whatever, and like been like that. Absolutely.
Right. But if this person was anti-vax and you said like person, she would have took that as a offense, I bet. Like, what do you mean? I'm straight.
Okay. No, I mean,
you know what I mean?
You don't like gay
either
people?
way, you were offensive.
Yeah.
Either way. And you got warned by Uber. Now take us to this week. What happened?
Okay. So then I get another email from Uber on fucking Monday. On Monday.
So this was a Sunday ride?
Yes.
Okay. Where were you?
I had 2 Uber rides, okay? One was from the doctor. We were stuck in traffic. And
That's the one.
We got stuck in
That's
traffic.
the one. You were stuck in traffic. You got bored, I bet. And you started... Don't you have a phone? Don't you have anything else to do besides harassing?
I wasn't
Uber
harassing
driver?
her. She literally sighed and she was like, "Oh, traffic," or something like that. And I was like, "Yeah." I mean, and it was. This is a long ride too. It was from downtown. So and there was horrible Cubs traffic, and we were like, "Oh yeah." And I was kind of like looking at the dudes, and I was like, "Yeah, they're all dressed the same, but they're all different." And I was like, that's all I said. And then she was talking about attending college during pandemic, like how she had graduated from DePaul during pandemic. She did most of the talking. That's the thing. I sort of kind of popped off a little bit about Cubs fans and traffic, but she was agreeing and she was talking about how she was, I didn't say anything about her personage, her socioeconomic status, like nothing that would...
You didn't ask her what her address was?
No.
what her parents did for a living? You didn't go into that stuff?
No, I did ask.
Because you'd be going into shit like that. Like, what area do you live? What's your parents' work?
Oh, I see. Okay, I know.
Yeah. You try to figure out their financial status, how liquid they are. I know you. I know what you're doing in these cars.
I swear.
Okay, what was the second Uber then?
I swear to you, she did most of the talking. She was complaining about attending DePaul during the pandemic. I mentioned that I had started teaching there.
Teaching?
And she totally disregarded, no follow-ups. Again, was mostly talking. She was mostly talking. Okay? Again, I sort of popped off at the beginning about Cubs traffic and the Wrigleyville crowd. But she was agreeing. That was like a thing that we were agreeing about.
Are you sure she wasn't agreeing under duress? Like, were you popping off at Wrigleyville Wrigleyville people, and did she seem like a Wrigleyville person?
I mean, she lived in the South Loop. I mean,
like, did she give Megan? Is she giving Rachel?
Yes, of course she is. But I mean, okay, I got this, like, my postpartum hair growth. Also, Peter, that's not fair to say to me, as you know, I suffer from acute white blindness. I don't know. I mean, like, this girl could have been, she was a genre. She was blonde, she was white, she could have been any of these things. You know what I mean? Right, but in my mind, she lives in River North. It's just a different neighborhood, different vibe. So she would, you know.
She would shit on Wrigleyville.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, okay.
This is very.
It seems safe.
Yes, it seems safe.
Innocuous,
like regular, like chit chat at a work luncheon kind of conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Lakeshore Drive backed up again. One of these.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. The second one is more problematic. Now, I was going to.
Were you drunk?
No, I was going to. I haven't been drunk in years.
That's not true at all. What do you mean? We were just on tour.
Okay.
Anyway.
Whatever.
You were in the second car. What happened?
I'm going to a show. I realized in the car on the way to the show that I forgot my cigarettes. So before I did this, I asked the driver, would you mind if I added a stop to a gas station to buy cigarettes? He said, no problem.
Okay.
We stop at the gas station, and the gas station attendant had gone to the bathroom.
Oh, God.
So I get in, and I'm like, he says, wait 2 minutes, or we could just go to another one. Would you mind? He said, no, it's fine. So I add a second location. We go. I purchase. I'm in and out in under a minute. And we make it to our second destination. We exchange no words. Just outside of what I've just told you.
Uh-huh.
And then as before I get out of the Uber, I say again to him, I am so sorry. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great night.
Okay.
He says
cordial.
Nothing.
He was pissed. Again, he was agreeing under duress.
What is agreeing under duress? What the fuck is this? What do you mean agreeing under duress? Who's agreeing? Why duress? Who's duressing? I'm duressing? Are they duressing? What's a duress?
You're duressing.
I'm duressing?
You're asking for stops. He can't say no.
Why?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like he could. He was mad at you at the end.
But he
was pissed off.
If you're going to be pissed off enough to report, then you can be pissed off.
Tell me no. Right.
I mean, he's also like he was an older, middle-aged Eastern European dude.
So is he the guy who reported you?
I don't know. They never tell you.
Oh, really? They don't tell you? So it was one of the two?
Yes.
Oh, wow. And who do you think it was?
But I'm gonna dispute. I'm gonna push back. I'm already drafting an email.
I bet it was Megan. The other one, it doesn't make sense.
Right?
The other one, it doesn't make sense. I bet it was Megan.
It's always a woman. I stand with women, but we love to complain. We love to tell management.
They love to complain. Yeah, that's true. She's a Megan, but she's a Karen Rising. I mean, she's calling the authorities.
I mean,
you got trapped. And you popped off about the Wrigleyville traffic. I mean, the Wrigleyville people. And you know what? I bet she's a Karen inside. And she was like, this fucking Asian bitch is stuck in my car complaining about my ethnic people.
Okay, how about this? If you can't, if you can't handle this sort of conversational heat, get out of the Uber. Okay, I'm just telling you, if you are a fucking this is the reason why Uber.
So what happens now? You got 2 strikes. What happens? 3rd strike, you're out. Honey,
Lyft?
You're off to Lyft. Yeah.
How about this? Can we just go back to a taxi? Can we just get back into a cab? Like, let's remember when the offensive conversations went both ways? Like, what the fuck? Why are we afraid to be offended? Yeah, sometimes you can just be uncomfortable in a fucking car. This is already the social contract you're making with someone who is giving you this service. Honestly, if you cannot handle this conversational heat, get out of the fucking Uber kitchen. Like, truly. I don't understand.
Right, because the people who are driving Uber are the ones who are really looking for the conversations.
No.
I bet there's no one looking for conversation who's driving Uber. They're like, shut the fuck up and get the fuck out. Which I would hate that. If I was an Uber driver already, I'd be like, fuck this. I hate my life. This is not the choice I wanted to make.
Okay.
Secondly, if someone started popping off in my car... I don't even care what you're saying. You could be saying something great about me and my family. I'm like, this bitch has got to go.
Okay.
I'm reporting her.
Okay.
She's a red flag. And hold on. Do Uber drivers see your rating before they pick you up?
Yes.
Okay, so they already know that you've been troublesome.
Let me tell you, a couple of them remarked upon it. Some of them have remarked upon it. And no.
You're getting in the Uber, so you have to be on your best motherfucking behavior. That's what it is. They're picking your ass up who's been problematic before, and they're going, bitch, give me a reason to report your ass right now. Give me one good reason.
Peter, let me tell you, I have people have remarked upon it, but only to say, why is your rating so low? Because you're so delightful. Secondly, I'm picking up on cues. I have the Nucci in that regard. I am not speaking. I am on my best behavior. Ever since that email, I've been very good. I just zip. And sometimes also, I mean, you're in LA, so you're not taking as many Ubers, but like a lot of Ubers, they're the ones that are initiating the conversation. They don't want to chit chat.
Can I report them?
Yes.
I like to report them.
I never report.
I don't want to talk.
I don't
want to talk.
I never report.
Me neither, because I'm like, I don't want to be the reason that you can't feed your kids.
This is what I mean. And
But now you're what, 3rd strike, you're done.
Am I done? I don't know if they play by... Is Uber play by baseball rules?
Is it baseball rules?
I don't know.
I think everybody does.
Everybody?
That's like just... that a 3-strike rule? I mean, 2 strikes you've already had and you're not kicked off, so I'm assuming 3.
But I mean, it has to be... I'm pushing back, though, on this one. I am disputing. I'm disputing this charge.
Okay. You're allowed to appeal.
I'm appealing.
You're allowed to appeal.
I'm appealing it. Yeah. I'm disputing this charge. I will 100% say this is fucking bullshit. I gave both of them tips. I'm also very consistent about that shit. So, like, I'm disputing this charge. I will not. I'm sorry, but I am putting in an appeal. I understand that I can be off-putting. I understand that I am not a flavor everyone enjoys. I am umami. I am the uni.
Not everyone enjoys umami.
Yeah, some people don't.
Oh, that's weird.
I know.
That's weird to me.
But some people don't like umami. Some people don't like uni.
That's fucked up.
Isn't that fucked up? But this is what I'm saying.
And some people also don't like cilantro. So what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Born that way.
So.
Damn, bitch. You're going to have to learn how to drive again. You're not going to be able to get around.
I mean, this is truly so, like, I mean, that means I have to cure my night blindness. How do I do that? You know what I mean? They're preventing me from achieving my dreams. You know, I'm not trying to get in the way of their dreams. Let's have some little reciprocity. This is what I'm saying. After the pandemic, I thought we were all going to give all of ourselves a little more grace. And no one's giving it to me. They're upset.
We have no grace left.
No one's
We're all upset.
Everyone's upset.
Yeah. Yeah, now. Well, yeah.
So that's been a bottom.
Okay. Huge bottom. I mean, that is true. I mean, if you lose Uber access, that you're not going to be able to do a lot of things because you don't drive at night.
No. So I mean, I don't really fucking. Yeah. So that's a big rock, but that's a big rock bottom, hard bottom, hard. My top was this like creative collaboration. I like did like a photo shoot that was very fun and
oh yeah, I love the photos.
Right? Are they
look so cool. They look very like Brooklyn studio. Oh, like this is my muse.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That yeah, it feels very like artsy village voice.
Yes, like either like it's an independent clothing brand or some sort of kombucha, or like maybe I have like a what is it, a breathy solo like single EP that I'm releasing, you know, where I'm like you know,
like
where
Lana Del Rey,
where I'm just sighing into the microphone and being like, and that's when you told me you couldn't love, and you know what I mean, something like that.
And I try to change you. Yeah.
And that was
yeah, they look so cool.
So
when are we going to be able to see them?
I don't know, once I decide, but like it was with Alex Hazel Studios. It was just one of those things that very spontaneously, I had not planned. I had made no thought. I did not think about it. I did not think things through. I'm very frantically doing a bunch of stuff right now. So it was just like one of those like spontaneous moments of like creative kind of collaboration that, you know, that occurs on set, or like, you know, when you do something like kind of not in your lane and it works out. Like it was really fun.
I'm trying to think of one example where I went into a situation where like I was uncomfortable and I was like, oh, this is good.
Right? Like where it was a surprise. Like you surprised yourself, especially when you're doing something not in your lane. You know, you can be
usually. Yeah. Oh, you know what it is for me? It's usually some kind of like sport, like
ball sport.
A ball sport, a racket sport.
Racket sports,
some kind of some kind of like anything that I have to be like hand-eye coordinated.
Okay.
I surprise myself sometimes. Most of the times I look like, I hate to be like gendered about this, but like a handicapped girl. You know.
You're coming at me about my Uber? You're coming at me about talking shit about Wrigleyville? Sir.
All right, a handicapped non-binary.
Sir.
You know what I mean? Just like overweight and purple hair trying to throw a football.
Sir.
A fat girl going through puberty. No. Like that's what I.
Like what about?
Let's roll it back. See, if I because I said that to you, it's okay. If I was in an Uber, I would not say that. Anyway, but
wait, you call them retarded? Like
no, but you know what I mean. So a discombobulated,
like a fowl, like you know when a horse is trying to find its legs.
Exactly.
Yes.
But imagine like overweight and has asthma. That's what I'm giving.
This horse isn't going to survive. Yeah.
No. That foal is a foul. And I do sometimes though feel like it's actually not even sport. It's like, do you know those scenes from Spider-Man where like he's trying not to be Spider-Man, but someone like spills a drink and his like Spidey powers come out.
Yes.
Yeah, he goes, doo-doo, and it's like super dexterous all of a sudden, and like everyone's like, oh, what? How did that happen? You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. That happens to me quite often. Yes, more than like an average amount that happens to me, where like I either drop something or someone drops something or some kind of accident is occurring, and a like heteronormative beast within me comes out and becomes like agile, and I go and I like I've like stopped accidents before, like I've almost dropped like expensive glass things that I like scooped up with my palm, like real. And I have, let me tell you, I cannot recreate that ever. Like if you try to recreate it, 10 out of 10 would fail. But I think there's something inside of me that's like spider sensey, where like my body's moving before my mind could even tell it to move.
So
it's Peter, almost like instinctual.
So Peter, you're describing having cat-like reflexes as a part of your feline, as being a part of your deep-rooted heteronormative self.
Yes. Or not even like, like maybe a traumatized version of myself that like has to be that like physically agile to like to fend for my home and my family or something. You know what I mean? Something like deep within me that's like gather hunter or whatever.
Okay, so you're talking about Athena, agile.
Goddess of war.
Yeah.
Yes.
the Diana, the huntress, right? Like agility, like
exactly
accuracy. Okay.
Yes.
So, okay. When I was saying that, like, when you surprise yourself in something that's not in your lane, you're talking about something like having agility and feline accuracy. I would describe that sort of facility as incredibly in your lane. Like, I've seen you with a pen.
What?
Yes, I've seen you with a pen.
The twirling of the pen? Every Asian kid could do that. What are you talking about?
Wait, what is that?
You step into Kumon, you learn that. That's like the first lesson of Kumon.
Wait,
twirl your fucking pen.
Wait, what do you think that is? Like all is that a stereotype?
Every single type of Asian, East Asian, Southeast Asian, South Asian, even the Kazakhs know how to twirl a pen. Kazakhstan. Okay,
you're including like, the Central Asians. Oh damn!
The steppe regions. Yes, I think the Mongolian Empire brought the twirling of the pencil.
That's what Genghis Khan was like inserting as you twirl.
That was what the Silk Road was all about, actually.
No, truly, what do you think that is? I've never considered it, but you're right. Like I've never been in a.
I've never seen a white person or a black person or a Latin person twirl their pen.
I've seen people in all of those persuasions twirl their pens, but they are all usually people that have hung out with a lot of Asians.
With Asians.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know what it is. What is it? What do you think it is?
I think I think there's an anxiety within us that we have to propel through the spinning of the pen. It's like shaking your leg.
Oh.
But I think if you do it with your pen, your Asian mother won't slap your hand.
Oh my God, my mom used to punch my leg when I would shake it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Me too. My mom would slap my thigh.
Yeah.
But the twisting of the pen, I think, is a way that we divert that anxious movement, but it's around a pencil or a pen. So our mothers are like, good, studious.
Yeah, this bitch is about to do really poorly on the science portion of the ACT.
Yeah, twirl that pen a couple of more times, see if that B+ becomes an A-.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never. You're right. Like what is that? Can you answer that?
There should be an Olympic game of like twirling pen. Like how many revolutions per minute?
I mean, but you do the one where you roll it on the back of the pen back? I never could do that.
I used to do that in high school, but I can't do it anymore.
It's like
I think my joints are too. Yeah. The listeners can't hear this, by the way, so you keep doing it and facing the camera, but they can't hear what you're saying.
Well, then go to the YouTube and check it out. We need the views.
You're right. Go to the YouTube.
Look at me. I'm clicking the pen so you can hear it. That's some ASMR.
Right.
And then look, I'm giving YouTube all the things that it likes. ASMR, this small twirling.
Yeah. If you're a real fan, you would listen and then you'd go back and watch the YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if it's so much of it is right during study. Like you learned, because we're all like sort of, because it's not intuitive. Like the level of study and rigor that is expected of you when you're like too young, probably. Yeah. So it's not intuitive.
But I bet Asian kids these days don't do it anymore because no one's using pencils or pens. Everyone's on their iPads or like some kind of screen.
I don't understand.
You know what they should be doing is like spinning their screens on their fingers, like a.
But I mean,
you know what I mean?
But I mean, I legitimately wonder because I was actually for some reason I'm on Study Talk.
Okay.
And
is that the same thing as STEM? You know that folder STEM on TikTok. Do you ever go to that?
No.
Because you know how it's like For You, and then it's following, or like Friends, and then it's STEM.
Yeah.
Which is like science, technology, whatever.
No, this is
I
not
never
that.
look at that.
I never look at it.
No, okay.
Yeah, because we're defying stereotypes, and we are doing the work. No, I'm on Study Talk that's like very specifically for like college and like high school kids that are trying to find better ways, like hack their study habits and stuff. But
okay.
Yeah, and all of them write stuff down. Like that's like one of the number one study things even to this day. Like you cannot commit shit to memory if you don't write it down. You need it in your body.
Yeah, this was your bitch get into it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you need to write it down. I
don't know, but I saw a headline saying that the SATs are changing. So maybe
what are they going to change it to?
Change I don't know, some AI proof thing or whatever. Like, what? They're changing the way they're like asking questions and scoring stuff.
I see.
I didn't read it because
I see. They just want to make sure that rich people stay rich.
Exactly. And that Asians don't take all the spots.
Yeah,
in the
I
schools.
mean, but the thing is, every innovation that any of these like sort of higher education things take, it's like with this sort of vague notion of equity and like bringing, like, you know, creating opportunities and leveling the playing field, and it's just like creates another wrinkle for people who have the resources to get tutors to just like be able to level up again. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, anyways.
It's for mediocre suburban kids to get a leg up.
Yeah. So, but yes, that was my top, was just like very fun, creative collaboration that was outside of my lane. Yeah, and like to meet someone that like you kind of vibe with like that. I don't know. It's been a minute, I think, just because.
That's cool. Yeah. And it's hard to like vibe with, especially if it's like for comics, at least, like we don't peddle our face and image around. It's mostly our words and our brain. So like to collaborate in a like visual aesthetic, something like that, and feel good about it. I've never felt that. So
that's what I mean. It was like felt crazy because also like stand up. And you were saying this, like so much of what we do is pretty solitary outside of just being on set. So it felt kind of, it felt fun too. So yeah, that was my top. Yay!
Awesome.
Oh, Peter, wait. There's someone at the door. Wait, there's someone at the door. Oh, it's time for
Trauma Llama Ding Dong. I was thinking about my trauma this week, and you know, how do I do this? Okay, so when I was younger, and when I was in high school, me and my group of friends, my guy friends, we were all Asians, mostly Korean kids, and all of us were virgins. We were called DVS.
That's right.
And
Virgin Squad.
Virgin Squad. Only one of us, and folks who listen to podcasts will know, one of us was not a virgin. This Taiwanese hot guy named Monroe. He was like the only non-virgin. Everybody else was.
Wait, is it Monroe Chang or Wang?
Wang.
Yes, right.
Taiwanese guy.
Yeah.
Still the coolest guy I've ever met.
Okay.
And we're the same age.
Monroe's getting it in. I mean,
he was getting it in early, and I'm sure he's still getting it in. But
go Monroe!
Go Monroe! But the rest, all other 19 Asian kids we hung out with were all virginal. We went to church on Fridays. Like we played Ultimate Frisbee.
Yeah.
We played video games. Like we were dweebs.
Yeah.
That like tried to act hard by like hanging out as like a crew or a gang, but like no. Everyone saw through it. But anyway, because we were so virginal and we were all hormonal.
Yeah.
And all we ever talked about was how Monroe was having sex. You know what I mean? Like, because none of us were. So all we talked about was our friend that was having sex.
Right.
You know? And of course, I'm heavily closeted, so I don't care. But I also think it's like hot that one of my 14-year-old friends is doing it, you know? So there's this thing of like, I haven't done it, but one of my close friends is doing it. Yeah. What's it like? There's all these like questioning and like, you know, whatever. And of course,
it is crazy. Like when you see those kids that are like in 8th grade who started fucking, like
who are fucking,
they were more mature. Like
they were, and they usually came from like some kind of broken home, and like they had to grow up fast or something. And I came from a broken home, and I had to grow up fast, but I was not fucking.
But I mean, it's like, they seem more.
I was playing D&D.
Yes, but I remember seeing. I remember very specifically. I know who I'm thinking about, and it was Janice, and yes.
You know why they were so chill? Because they were nutting.
Yes, this is what I mean.
Were not.
Yes, we were not. No.
They were relaxed.
Pumped. Yeah. Pumped, full of hormones.
The rest of us all hung out. He was out fucking, so like he never hung out with us like during the day or whatever. We would like go clubbing or whatever. Yeah. But like during the days, he would go on dates with girls and like, I don't know, like sleep over or whatever.
And continue to try to
fuck in the afternoon, like kids do while the parents are out.
Absolutely.
And he only had his father, so his father was always working. So his house was like the hangout house. So it was like the girls would come over and whatever. So like it was the boom boom room. And the rest of us, 19 of us, hung out at my friend Keith's house, who had all the video games.
Okay.
So we were like playing video games all the time. Now, on top of video games, because we were so horny, I don't know if it was because we were so horny, but I'm sure in retrospect, if we go back to it, this is why we were doing the stuff.
Okay.
We were Brazilian jiu-jitsuing each other.
Oh, right.
Meaning,
yes,
that was like Royce Gracie, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu came into vogue in the mid-90s like wildfire.
Yes.
Because it was like WWE for a long time, like the SmackDown or whatever. And we would all like copy and do like wrestling moves. But that quickly, when we were, I guess, 14, became whack.
Yeah.
Because like everybody knew it was fake and it was like a performance.
Sure.
So we were like, okay, what's like non-performed? And this was right before MMA or UFC became a thing.
Yeah.
In between WWF and UFC or boxing or whatever, there was like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was becoming a big thing.
Yes.
And Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if you don't know, not capoeira.
Okay.
Capoeira is the dance fighting. It's another Brazilian thing.
I knew a lot of people who were doing that.
Oh, we didn't do that. We had no grooves.
I'm talking about in my 20s. I just like that was like the fad.
In college, I saw a lot of capoeira, and it was a lot of like white kids with dreads.
Yes, absolutely.
But in high school, we did a lot of jiu-jitsu, which was just us. It's called grappling. It's Greco-Roman wrestling, basically, except you get to put each other in arm bars or leg bars or choke holds. Like these are things that are not normal in wrestling, but these are things that you could like, you have to like tap out.
Okay.
If someone has you in an arm bar, that means someone has your arm locked, and unless you tap out, they could snap it in half. Or they have you a leg bar and they could snap it in half.
Okay.
Obviously not going to happen.
Yeah, sure.
But it's like the point was to get each other in a position
to get hard.
Where they would have to tap out.
Right.
You know, so like basically submit. It was all a proxy for dom sub play, but wrapped around this like we're 19 Asian boys who are virgins and just grappling each other.
Sure.
So there was a lot of that happening, and I don't know about all the other straight boys, but for me, I was getting very like turned on.
Of course, I'm getting turned on
grappling.
Talking.
Yes, exactly. It's a lot of like choking you till you say I give up, and then like wrapping your bodies around each other, legs, thighs around each other, like squeezing, compressing like a boa constrictor, constricting your airways.
I mean, that's also when you're young, before you understand like the actual pulsing, like that's the part that feels good when you're like young and horny. Like just like the long sustained pressure,
bodily contact, and rubbing and and it wasn't like, obviously we weren't like humping each other, but there would be rhythms where we would have to get on top of each other, like mounting, and you're trying to, the person is not just like giving up, they're squirming, right? So they're twisting and turning, and your bulges and packages and holes are rubbing against
heavy
each
breathing,
other.
Like
and then someone being like, fucking tap out, and you being like, I'm not gonna submit, and then you finally tap, and so you're, at least for me, I was always playing a role of like, I'm going to best you, but I'm going to tap out. You know what I mean? Like my role is to tap out, but I'm going to make it hard for you to get me
Ooh,
to tap
this
out.
is a pattern that has played out. Yes.
Yes. So my first years of like sexual development was spent rolling around with other boys.
Yeah.
And to their credit and mine, none of us were popping boners like that.
Sure.
Except one day, I was at Keith's house and I was playing GoldenEye, and one of our other friends came late to the party, and they were like, "Hey!" And I was on the floor on my stomach playing, video games, and he was like, "What's up, motherfucker?" And he got on top of me and like jokingly humped me from behind, and for some reason he had a semi or like a soft chub. It wasn't like fully engorged, but it wasn't soft.
Yeah.
Because we've felt each other's soft packages before. Just
it was
wrestling.
Touched by a rose. Like it was a rose blooming. It was like I know exactly the feel of the when you
more of a vagina, but no, it was like when a banana is like kind of going too ripe.
Yes.
It's like if you like push too hard, it could all smash, but it still has like a little bit of girthy integrity.
Yes.
That's what it felt like. So his penis dove into my hole.
What?
And he like started humping with our shorts.
Yeah.
We were both wearing shorts, and he got on top of me, and the tip of his penis went
into the crack.
Into the crack. It went boom. Like a first insertion into my hole, but not through the second hole, second wall. Like we talk about the two sphincters. Yeah. The first sphincter, it poked through the first sphincter, and it was the first time I had never fingered myself.
Sure.
I had never put anything up there. Like only things have come out of there. I'm 14.
Yeah.
So this was the first time something went up in there. Like I had not even ever sat on something. Like I've never had that feeling before.
Wait, that's
like
more that's more than a semi chub. That's like semi. That's a half hard penis.
It was something rigid.
Yeah.
It was something rigid.
Because if it's making its way in there, even if it's semi chub, it's not making it. It's laying sort of.
It just goes.
Yeah, it goes into the crack. It's like it's a hot dog. It's hot dog and butt. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes, exactly.
Like
there's not enough like stiffness to insert. So there was enough.
It's not rigidity. A pig in a blanket. It's a hot dog in a bun.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just laying there.
Yes.
Adjacent to hole.
Absolutely.
But this went perpendicular and in, and it was the first I know, and we're both wearing shorts. So I think if I remember correctly, he felt it. He was like, "Oh no, that's no good."
Yeah.
I was trying to fuck around, but I actually fucked.
Yeah.
And he got in, and he said, "Oh," and he got out, and he said, "Oh," and then we both went our separate ways, and we've never talked about it. And it was in front of all our friends, like we were all playing GoldenEye and Mario Kart. So. So since then, I've been trying to get that same feeling. I've been chasing the dragon.
I mean, wait. Do you guys ever talked about it? Was he someone that was close to you, or you guys?
We were close, and we fell out though because this is something that happened to me a lot because I'm gay.
Yeah,
I always took the sides of my friends' girlfriends.
Sure.
And that got me into a lot of trouble all the time. Because I empathize with the girls.
Sure.
I was like, you're not treating her well.
Yeah.
You're talking to other girls. You're treating her like shit. Like, fuck you. Why are you doing that?
Women are right.
They didn't understand. Yeah. And they didn't. And they were like, why are you breaking bro code? You're supposed to be on my side no matter what. And I'm like, why? We're all friends.
Yeah.
And see, a gay guy thinks that way. But a straight man doesn't think that way because he's like, no, you're my friend. She's someone I'm trying to fuck.
And we are enemies.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is that's the main difference between straight and gay men, is that like straight men aren't looking at women as equals or friends or cohorts or whatever, at least until they've knocked out the thing about fucking.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like if they're trying to fuck, that's all they're thinking about is she is someone I'm trying to fuck, or this is a sexual or romantic interest for me. And it has nothing to do with learning about what she is like a human. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like at least that's not what's going through his head.
It's conquest.
Or any of the guys' heads.
It's conquest.
It's the conquest.
Yeah.
It's yes, I did it. She's the prettiest girl in school. I got her. That means I'm good. You know, all of that stuff. And for me, it was like, treat her well. And they didn't get that. They were like, why do you care?
Yeah, that's so
What
gay.
is your problem? And
You're
I'm like,
yeah.
I know, exactly. So anyway, that's my little minor trauma llama ding dong. I'll never forget it. My first insertion.
To happen that way. Okay.
It's so funny. We continue to have our traumas do seem to like yours yours line up upon the same sort of things around like body and
sex.
Like and sex, and mine is always around urine and shame. And mine
another pee-pee story.
Yeah, another pee-pee story. So this one is, I don't know if you remember doing improv festivals, but by the way, this trauma is, I am fully 33 years old. No, I was 31.
What?
I was 31 years old. And I
remember improv festivals.
Yes. So this was in Detroit. I am 31 years old.
Okay.
And we had gone out after a show and gotten drunk and having a lively time, and before we get into the cab, there's this like we're staying at my someone on my improv team's house. She's from Detroit area, so it's like 30 minutes away. So she had arranged for a driver to take us back home. And as because there are no Ubers or cabs, you know, this is like outer metro Detroit area. I get in, and I would say about 5 minutes in, I realized I really have to pee. Not regular pee, really have to pee. And that's pee problems have always been a part of my life. My parents, when I was young, used to carry a jar in the car because of how often I had to pee. So anytime we'd be in the car for more than 15 minutes, I would have to pee. I've peed on highways all over Illinois, all over the nation, and internationally. I pee outside because of how bad I have to pee all the time.
Badly you have to go. You've walked across the country.
I really have. And so I know that I have to pee. There's nothing to do. I'm very drunk. I'm also with people that I really like. It's just, you know, when that
it's your improv team.
Exactly. And so it's like a very close sort of like immediate sort of honeymoon period thing where it's, you know, very intense, very close, but it's like you've known them for 8 months. Right. Or maybe a year or something like that. So at a certain point, I know I'm sweating. You know when you have to pee so bad and you're sweating pee?
Yeah,
that's what's happening.
Coming out of your face.
Yeah, it's coming out of my face. I'm breathing. And before, my friends that were in the cab with me say, I have been loudly talking shit. And then all of a sudden, you get really quiet. And that's when I'm sweating. And then I know it's coming. I know that this urine is coming out. I can't stop it. It's already, I don't have any control over my body. It's happening. I'm talking to my urine. I'm talking to my thing, you know, the whatever hole to close, and it's not closing. They are divorced. They've stopped talking to each other. There's no
full separation.
Absolutely. No mediation to be had. I put my butt up to like the edge of the seat. Because mind you, I'm sharing an Uber with 3 other girls in the back.
Right.
So I put my
You're crammed in.
I'm crammed in. So I put my butt all the way up to the edge of the seat so that my urine hole is over the edge of the seat, and I just start to pee.
In the car?
In the car.
You didn't open the door?
We're on the highway. What am I going to say? I don't know. I don't.
There's
nothing
God.
happening. I can't.
What are you wearing?
Pants.
So what was the point of moving your urine hole over the seat?
This is
if it's in your pants anyway.
But it's going out like this because it's like the gravity. So like my pee hole is over like the curve of the seat. So here's pee hole. Here's the seat.
Yeah.
So pee hole is going out. So at least.
But you're wearing pants.
But at least it's not going out and pooling into the seat with other people.
I see.
Consider it to the end. Consider it to the end. So.
Wow. What a consideration. And this was a point where you couldn't ask them to stop. You couldn't say, hey, there's a shoulder. There's a piece of the highway that I could just pee on. You said, let me just put my urine hole over the seat and they won't notice that I'm peeing in my pants. You were expecting the pee to drip down your pant leg or something?
I don't know. I'm telling you. It was.
I just don't get the logic of it.
When I tell you the time in between I really have to pee to I'm peeing now was very short. It was very short.
Okay, there was no thinking about it.
It was like I'm pee. I really have to pee.
It's almost like the second you moved your butt crack, you were like, I'm going. Yeah.
Like it was very. Wow. It was like.
So while you were peeing, did you announce?
No, I was. That's when they said. Then you suddenly got quiet. You suddenly got quiet. Suddenly it was.
I thought you got quiet because you had to pee and you couldn't. No. You didn't want to keep talking.
I was mouthing off the entire time while I had to pee, and then all of a sudden, yes, and then very briefly, when I say that the time between me really having to pee and then me peeing, very short. So like I'm mouthing off and I'm like kind of in the back of my head. I'm like, oh, I gotta kind of pee. Oh, I have to pee. I'm peeing. That's how quickly it happened. Like that.
And was it like a quick squirt, like you could just pee and be over with it, or was it like a long pee where your pants are going from like light brown to dark brown?
Okay, why would I be wearing khakis? And so two, I never worked at Best Buy, and so I would say it was not a short pee.
Oh my God.
So, and then I'd stop talking.
Did your friends hear?
Nobody. No dribbling because
nobody knew.
They just were continuing to talk. Everyone's mouth. I mean, after when everyone's drunk, it's after a show.
God.
So they just heard that. Like I just suddenly got quiet. Clearly, no one knows I'm clearly peeing, but I am peeing because no one feels it in their thing. We are, and it's probably 15 minutes. I'm just completely silent. Like I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe this has happened.
And you're 34.
I'm 31.
I'm 31. Much better.
We arrive at the thing. Everyone files out. I mean, I can feel the pool in this car.
How cold it is.
Yes. Yeah. In the you know, at the bottom of the. In the pool of the car.
Yeah.
And it's like squish, squish as I get out.
Oh, God.
I waddle up to the house.
Oh.
To my new improv friend's mother's home.
Oh, God.
And then in the middle of the night, I just dry the pants.
You didn't wash him?
What am I going to do? I'm going to do a full load?
No, at least just like wash him in the sink or something and put him up to dry.
I think I initially dried and then I told my friend and then we did wash and then dried again. But in the morning.
Okay. So did you tell your friends that you peed in the cab? And
yes.
That poor cab driver. This is why cabs have a thing against you. Cabs and Ubers. This is a years-long vendetta of like service drivers that you just disrespect.
Well, to be fair, I'm also disrespecting myself. Like, I'm not.
That's a given. We know that.
It's just truly one of those things where I'm like, it's rough, and I
that's rough.
It's rough.
That's really bad.
It's bad.
Wow.
And
what did your friend say?
Did
they just laugh it off or something, or what?
I don't know. I'm like, I told all of them, and it's like not a thing that I'm roasted about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's up with that? Why don't you make a bigger deal of it? It's pretty
You know what it is?
embarrassing.
Also, like improv friends, I feel like are so, especially like the early friends you make are so like enraptured in yes and mentality that they're like, yeah, I pee too, girl. You know, whatever. Like they don't.
And yes,
like nothing's,
I poop my pants. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Rough.
Yes. Okay. Brother.
All right, folks. It's that time of the podcast. You know that's the time of the podcast when we go, yeah, that's rough. All right. It's our final segment of our podcast. It's where we introduce something we're absolutely obsessed with. It's time for... Bitch, get into it. All right. Today, I'm going to talk about... This is a concept. I usually do products, but I'm going to do concept. Oh, by the way, I shared it with you. So many people, after I did the Bitch Get Into It, the Isabgol, the psyllium husk,
Yes.
that kind of like blew up on TikTok a little bit. And all these gays are like, what the fuck is the product? Where is it? Blah, blah. So there's clearly a contingency of gay men out there and other people who like to do butt stuff that like this is a product they really need.
Yeah.
And a guy that I used to hook up with sent me a photo of him like holding the box because he got it, and he was like, started using it. Wow, it's really rough going down. And I'm like, how is it coming out? But I'm so happy I got to become like an anal influencer.
Yes. Hey, can you send us something? Sponsor? We're doing it.
Send us some more husks.
More
That'd
husks?
be great.
Yeah, we love butt stuff. We both have digestive issues. We love.
100%.
Please.
But today I'm going to do a concept, and my concept is saying hello to your fellow comics and telling them good set, even though you didn't quite watch their set.
Okay.
Now, okay, and I know this is kind of like, so if you're a different type of artist, insert your art here. So if you're a painter or a dancer or what, an actor, and you went to go to another show or whatever, like, I'm saying that you should really try to like reach out to them, because here was my thing. Like when I used to go to shows, do spots, I would do my spot and leave. Mm-hmm. I would never hang out. I just wanted to get home.
Sure.
I didn't want to like chill with the comics. It was never my thing. I know you love to chill. You love to hang.
I love to hang.
But I know. But like something about the hang. I think it's because I'm introverted in that way. Like I don't want to just like, I don't know what it is. I think I just got old and I was like, I want to get home. But I mean,
because you weren't as much like that in Chicago. That's more of like an LA thing where you dip immediately, right?
Yes, and I also used to drink in Chicago.
Yeah,
that has a huge thing.
Absolutely,
because like if I'm not drinking, I'm like, get me out of here.
Yeah, sure.
So it's in LA, so I don't drink in LA. I don't drink now. So like after shows, I would just do my set and be like, peace out, thank you so much. Like say hi to the bookers and go, right? Mm-hmm. But the other day, I didn't watch a couple of the comics full sets, but
okay.
I decided to go up to them and say, hey, good set.
Sure.
You know, good to meet you. Yeah. And there was a comic on a show the other night that we were on. So we were on like back-to-back shows together. Okay. So I was like, hey, you again. What? Nice to meet you, blah, blah. And one of the comics that I saw followed me on Instagram afterwards. And turns out he's like a big headliner.
Oh.
And I didn't know, but he's a headliner, and he's from Pittsburgh, our little city that could.
Yes.
Yeah. And he books a bunch of stuff in Pittsburgh and Erie and West Virginia, that kind of area. So he was like, hey, you had a great set. I would love to book you I run a bunch of shows around clubs around there. So like we could do a little run for you if you want to come through this way. And I was like, oh my God, whoa. That's incredible. Thank you so much. And I just didn't, you just never know. I'm not saying like go up to people because they can help you.
Sure.
But that's a great outcome that has happened just by me being cordial and nice. You know? So like if you're a comic listening to this and you're one of these people who like just dip out after your sets and stuff like that, like I'm trying now to kind of just stick out the show and be part of the whole show. And also, I used to dip out after my sets.
Sure.
And never meet audience members. I used to hate doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm now sticking around and saying hi and thank you to the audience members. And they're now starting to reach out and follow me. Or there's been a couple of like hot gays who reached out and slid into my DMs. And like, yeah, and that would have never happened if I didn't like stick around and make that like say hi and shake hands, connecting.
Yes.
And I used to just do it for me and be like, oh, let me go work out and tape myself, and then I watch my tape and go and then do the next set. But I'm trying to be a little more of a team player now and be there and just stop being such a bitch about it. And good things happen. You connect with people.
Yes.
I know this is such a like no shit statement, but like I'm enjoying the connection nowadays.
Oh, that's great. I mean, I will say that's incredible. I've been saying hi for years. Nobody has reached out. Hello. Hello.
They're like, I wish she would dip.
Yeah. I've been hanging out for years, talking, connecting. It's like people forget, like, I do comedy. Like, hello. That's great. That's great. It's incredible. I mean, like, I would say that, like, that's so much for me. That's like being a good coworker, right? Like hanging around and like not only that, but then people know that they can depend on you for something. Like you're someone on top of mind. Like you discovered, right? Like they just saw you and they know that you do comedy and they're thinking of you. And also, I do like meeting, like audience members just because one I feel like it's because it's like another show. Remember during the tour, we're like, it's another show. And also it's a different part of yourself you get to show to them. And people like to meet you on like a ground level. Like if before you know what I mean? They're like betting money on like on a horse that might win. You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, I met you when you were starting out. Like that sort of idea, you know?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And whenever people say that, I'm like, I've been doing this for 10 years. So whatever.
So don't worry, it's almost over now.
It's almost over. I am going to die soon. So this week you have a concept, I have a product. Yes. So this is a very viral thing that I am coming on the podcast to endorse and say is good. It's actually a different product in a very viral line. The COSRX, niacinamide and snail mucin. The snail mucin. Okay, let me see. The snail mucin is the thing that is very viral. Is that
the thing where like Koreans use that like snail, like the mucus they leave behind when they walk or something?
Yes.
Not walk, but
yes, when they slug. It's the slug. It's actually slug pee. It's slug pee, and that's what you put on your face. It's really supposed to be moisturizing, but this is like a dual one that has the niacinamide and the snail mucin. It comes out. It's called Dual Essence, and it's $25. It will last you 6 months. Like it comes in a big enough thing. It's one pump in the morning, one pump at night, and it is so moisturizing. It's like responsible for my chochok, like in a way that's like next level. And I can.
So is that instead of your moisturizer or under your
my moisturizer? But I drink no water. And this,
we know this.
Yes. And this is my like. I'm just saying, like I've done.
This is your fake out.
This is my fake out, and not only that, but I've noticed that my skin is more hydrated. Like it's very different versus like I've been able to get rid of things in my regimen because of this. This is very good.
What have you gotten rid of?
I've gotten rid of my oil. I've gotten rid of another one of my serums. Like I've gotten rid of like 2 pretty expensive products, so I'm just using this.
Does it replace any acids like acids like hyaluronic or
you
retinol
need to
or
acid.
anything like that?
No, you need to acid.
You have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to acid,
okay.
and then this is the moisture to replace. So
this is on top of the serums.
Yeah.
Okay.
Post acids or like sort of very thin. Any skincare you're building up in texture.
In thickness. Yes, that's right.
So,
I'm learning that these days.
Yes.
I'm doing like a new. I don't know if you can tell, but I started a new thing.
Yes.
And I got influenced by a Korean skin influencer. So you're on your way, baby, because I bet people are going to be using the stuff because they see your skin and they're going, "What the fuck is she doing?" You know.
I'm electrocuting my face. I can't endorse that yet because I've only done it a couple of times. I've not noticed too much of a difference, much more with the gua sha. Okay. But this is very good. The snail mucin is like the big what is it? Like viral like thing that all the influencers are using. This is different. This is like a dual essence. It has the niacinamide and the snail mucin. Comes out together in one pump. One is like cloudy white and one is clear. And it's like I only got this by mistake. So, and then, because I had ordered the snail mucin and this came instead. And then I like this so much because it's not, actually, it's like, the snail mucin is like almost sticky and like it's like tacky kind of like this. This is like
I don't
that.
Like it.
It's like this, but there's like enough hydration where it's much smoother. So any sort of other application, goes on smoother. Okay. And then your sunscreen lasts longer. Highly endorse that.
What's the name of it?
It's
COSRX?
Yeah,
COSRX?
Yes, COSRX, and it is the Dual Essence. That's what it's called. The Dual Essence Anti-Aging Face Serum. It's the niacinamide 5%, snail mucin 74%. I don't know what the rest of that percent is, but
okay.
I don't know.
Who
cares? But
it doesn't matter.
Highly recommend. This is like something that I love. It's just an easy kind of thing. Whatever your toner is, add this and then sunscreen. You will thank me.
All right. Thank you. Bitch, get into it. All right. That's it for today's episode. Please check out our Patreon. Also, remember that we are coming to Chicago to Kim's Live, baby. November 16th, Thursday. Our Patreons will get early access for the tickets. The rest of you will get it whenever it is live. It is going to be live very soon. So save the date and mark your calendars. We're coming. All right. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.